Hi guys, I'm AnimeMixer1, AM1 for short, and first of all, again, sorry about that light. Second of all, this is sort of a continuation to my previous video. Now in the previous video I showed and talked about a conversation I had on Twitter where the main point was whether or not Chise was a sex slave and if Elias was sexually using her. However, during it I seemed to have insulted the people I was trying to clear things up with, which is down to my sense of humor probably being very bad. So for this video I'll try to be serious and not joking. So I made the previous video and then sent the tweet to Professor Otaku and Magic Clara. I'm sure you felt like we were done with this, but I made a video about the conversation that took place between us recently. This is not meant as drama or holding a grudge, I just wish to clear up any misunderstanding. Now in this video I am able to go more in depth than what 280 characters can do. But like I said, my sense of jokes and exaggerated expressions and all that stuff just to kind of lighten the mood, it kind of got taken the wrong way, it seems. But it seems they both saw the video and both of them replied to me on Twitter. Professor Otaku said, "Couple of things, I am a feminist. I think Ancient Magus Bride is garbage. I'm expecting an apology to her in video format, which you'll do if you got the sand for it." Which is going to be a part of this video. Clara Rose says, "I'm not sure if the mocking over-the-top tone when you realize that I'm a feminist works if you're trying to clear the air. Perhaps it would be better to script something like this the next time. I was really hoping you'd have the maturity to leave this alone. Guess not." Now, can we just get up that moment where I realize you're a feminist for a little bit? I get a distinct feminism vibe here. Yeah, that does sound kind of inconsiderate, but I immediately follow it up with, jokes aside. So I immediately said that it's jokes aside, so this entire, I get a distinct sense of feminism. That was my version of a joke, and I thought that me saying that jokes aside immediately afterwards would make clear that it was a joke, but apparently that was not the case, and I'm sorry for insulting you with a badly thought out joke. As for me scripting something, I've tried that. I don't like doing it. It feels so fake when I do it that way. Only for certain things would I do that. And this sort of discussion video feels so much more honest and real to me if I just take it a little bit on a whim. I do have some thoughts before I go into making these videos, but generally I just sit here and ramble on about those main points. Finally you say, "I was really hoping you'd have the maturity to leave this alone? Guess not." Now I was torn there for a bit because I was wondering, was it the most mature thing to leave it alone or to try to clear things up? And eventually I figured out, okay, this has gone badly for all of us because apparently we ended up disliking each other a lot, and I don't like leaving on a bad note. I was hoping to clear the air, give us a fresh start, and just we could all go, we're cool. But it seems it all went wrong when I tried making that video about it because my sense of humor is garbage. So I will apologize for being insensitive and probably rude. I was probably the most rude one out of all of us, which I was aware of and I mentioned it in the video, but just for clarity's sake, I was probably the one who was the most rude. I genuinely don't have anyone to discuss anime with on a regular basis. When I got into a conversation I thought, hey, this is fun, but apparently I went around discussing it in the wrong way. I was hoping to find out why just Elias buying Chise was such a big a deal for you, and it turns out you're feminists and have a big problem with this, and that's why this is a problem. I at first thought that the whole problem was that Elias was morally insensitive in, like, he bought her and that is morally wrong. Though to me that wouldn't be a good argument since we have many anime like Black Lagoon, Death Note, and recently Yojo Senki where the main characters are all morally despicable, but it's good shows despite that. But as feminists, I guess you have a bigger problem with the whole human slave trade thing. I still think it is unfair to call the series garbage just because of that one thing that happens in the first episode without actually watching through it and actually seeing how it all ends up. But like with many things, you are free to watch and not watch any anime that you want. But there is one thing I will not go back on. The very factually wrong claim that Chise is Elias' sex slave. There is no rape, there is no sex of any kind. And it was that claim that originally got me so worked up and wanting to just say this is not the case. But again, the way I did it was insensitive, and I do apologize. I do not wish to make enemies anywhere. I would much rather have friends to which I can talk about anime and discuss them and have fun. This was a failed attempt at that. So I just want to end this video by saying that while I am pretty sure that it's gonna take a while for all this to clear up between us, I also hope that there will be room for us to have more discussions about anime. I am bad at social things and talking to other people. I have a very low social IQ. So if I say anything that is wrong or anything that is insulting, please feel free to tell me and I will try to take that into consideration for later dates. I hope you accept this video as an apology. And like I said, I hope we can talk again later sometime. But until then, remember, I have been Anime Mixer 1, and I approve of this video.